Right. Positive changes in everyone's life, they come in different shapes and forms. So what you possibly find is that sometimes you are brought an event in your life that is seemingly negative. And because of that, you kind of feel like the moment is a bad moment for you. But the understanding of situations that are not favorable in your life do not spell doom. Actually, I think that some bad situations that happen to our lives are actually happening because they are meant to either get us out of a comfort zone or simply to teach us a lesson. In 2005, the situation in Zimbabwe was not so good. We just had a baby boy, and the situation at home and at work were unfavorable. I mean, you can talk about Zimbabwe at that time having hyperinflation with figures running away into quintillions. The situation at that time forced me out of employment. And when it forced me out of employment, it forced me into another situation where I had to make sure that I could put food on the table. And that meant perhaps starting a small business. And that's what I did. So it seemingly was a bad event, but in the end, it worked out to be a favorable situation that worked in my favor. The year was 2013. Again, the situation in the country was a bit dire. And I remember at that time, I was owing a lot of money to the bank. And what happened next would shock you. I had a car that I had been driving for several years, and I had had people asking for that car, asking if I could, sell it to them. The situation was the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe made the dollar, US dollar, the same as the Zimbabwean dollar, right? But what happened was the government were in denial. And so they kept on insisting that the rate is 1:1, when in actual fact, the rate of $1 to the Zimbabwean dollar was actually 12 at that time. And I was owing money at the bank. I think I was owing close to 60,000 as a house loan. So I decided that I would take advantage of the situation. I sold my car for $5,000. And I took the $5,000 and then I exchanged at the parallel rate, which is like the black market rate. And then I got 60,000. I took the 60,000, took it to the bank and said, the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe is saying the rate of a US dollar and the rate of a Zimbabwean dollar is 1:1. And therefore, I'm giving you 60,000 Zimbabwean dollars. And according to what is law, my debt is cleared.